tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Woo! Where there's a will, there's a way. Oh, Patricia, give me a minute. I'll bring you on. I'll bring you on. I just need to do a little bit of sharing first. But I said I would. I'm in a mood. You sure? No, I'm in a mood. I just ripped somebody a new asshole. So, but I won't do that here. I won't do that here. Do not come into my AA meetings and fuck around. I will say something to you. And there's a good chance I will. I'm a very assertive person, okay? Just because I'm getting loud doesn't mean I'm mad. All right. You ready? You ready? It says you're not here anymore. But I'm going to press it. I'm going to press it. Hi, Ingrid. Ingrid's on Facebook. We're going to add Patricia. Or Patricia. Right? She's usually on with Facebook with us, but I'm trying to bring her live on with us on Instagram. I just gave permission. Oh, now you're on here. Okay. Oh, you got me cracking up. You're like, oh, I'm getting the fuck off Instagram. No, don't bring me on. All right. That's funny. Yeah, I know. I know. I even gave you permission on Instagram. I'm waiting for you. It's all right. It's all right. It's good to see you. I'm always glad when you're here. I like it when my friends show. It says you're still on Instagram, by the way. So Amber's here. Yeah. I'm gonna do the best that I can here without if I yell a little, let's just call it my passion right now. My passion and my love for AA. I'm going to tell you something. You come in and you fuck with my meetings, I'm going to drive you out. I will. I will confront you, and I have no problems with this. And I'll do it the right way. Just kind of, had somebody run a meeting, newcomer meeting, 8-step, it just, nope, We do verifications. That's why it's a newcomer meeting. Sometimes we're not able to do verifications. Okay, so we have to say, hey, can anybody do verification? Who did verification today? I did, because people in that group trust me. If you talk, well, like if somebody talks, do you? Yeah, because I'm on Instagram too. I think that's neat. All right, let's move forward. Let's have some fun. I need to finalize a conversation here real quick. All right, because we got to take care of our people, right? And she was on there when I got into it with this person. So we're discussing what was right, what was wrong, okay? Because I may have done some things wrong, but I didn't. So, all right. So the art of meeting others where they are at. People get upset with me about this, by the way. That kind of sucks. I'm not like you, and you're not like me, and you have different talents, and I have different talents, and I'm the kind of person that I can perceive what your talents are. I know what your talents are from a very short time of meeting with you. I could talk to somebody for 5 minutes and know whether or not they'd make a good drug and alcohol. So, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm losing people. No, I didn't know that. I didn't introduce myself. So they're like, if you're not going to introduce yourself, I'm out of here. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. I I apologize. I did not entertain you. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. My name is Dion, and I'm a smart ass right now. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. You know, I do everything that I can not to be me. I really do. I really, really do. But sometimes things need to be said a certain way or the point just doesn't get across. Am I right? And when we are dealing with alcoholics, things need to have depth and weight. They need, if it doesn't have depth and weight, and I've been working with depth and weight for a very, very long time, and I understand it. And everybody's depth and weight is going to be different. So we got to ask valid questions. Hey, Chris, good to see you. Apologize. I did not send the link, Chris. I forgot. I'm just going to be honest. I forgot. See, we can be honest. So, but God wanted you here. God wanted you here. You know, you can't transmit something you don't have. You can't. Okay. Let's say I want to give this person a cold. I used to use sexually transmitted diseases back in the 90s. Went over great. Now everybody gets offended, so I don't use STDs anymore. So we'll use a cold, and I want to give this person a cold, but I don't have a cold. So how am I going to give this person a cold? Not being Dr. Fauci, you know. Bad joke. Bad joke. Very bad joke. Sorry. Well, I'm going to have to go find out. I'm going to have to go get it first, aren't I? What if I want to give this person $5, but I don't have $5? What if I want to teach this person how to look for a job, but I've never had a job before in my life? If you're 40 years old, do you want a life coach that's 23? Probably not. I will run circles around a 23-year-old because I've just been alive longer. That's the only reason. They may be smarter or even everything better than me in every single way, but the fact that I've been alive longer means something. It gives me what's called agency. It means I have a right to do something. It means that I have earned the right to do something. And guess what? You have earned the right to change other people's lives. Now, sometimes they may not appreciate it. And what do? We back off a little bit. We back off. You know, if you feel like you're being a little too pushy, back off, man. Or maybe think, maybe I'm not the person to talk to them. In which case, say, hey, you know what? I don't know that I'm the right person to talk to you. Do you feel that way? And let them answer. No, I don't really feel all that comfortable with it. You know what? Let's find you somebody else. Find you somebody else. Now, you may feel your own inadequacy in that, but you're doing the right thing. That's the art of meeting others where they're at. See, I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I know this. Okay? I know I'm a fine Earl Grey. More like a breakfast blend with a lot of sugar. So I'm not everybody's cup of tea. Not even close. Not even close. Okay. But that's, and Chris just brought it up, and that's why we all have different experiences. That's why we all have different experiences. So that we can share them. Yeah. See, a lot of my friends are actually a lot younger than me because there's just not a lot of people in. Yeah, a lot of good teachers are in AA, right? Or a lot of good teachers follow the 12 steps and traditions. I know a lot of teachers that actually follow this in their classroom, and it works. You'd be amazed how all of this can expand. Because the AA is for everyone. You don't even have to be alcoholic in order to benefit from the 12 steps. You don't. Isn't that neat? You can affect somebody's life who is not alcoholic. Maybe talk to them, and then maybe one of their kids is going off the rail, and you help their kid realize. Do you realize what you've done here? You didn't just affect that one person. You affected the whole family, and these people don't know you. They don't need to know you. Okay. Now, why did I put the art of meeting others where they're at? Because meeting others where they're at is not an ability that was given to you. You are going to have to learn how to use it. Actually, it is kind of already given to you. But like the rest of our abilities, if we haven't, then we need to learn it. There's nothing wrong with being naive. Nothing wrong with being naive. Yeah, Chris, I call the big book the Bible for Dummies. My pastor really appreciates that line. But then, and she's like, okay, yeah, it's a big book for dummies. But then when we sit down and talk about spirituality, oh, she gets it. She understands. Oh, aha. She knew before because I almost blew some anonymity. Just because. We'll go with that. I'm not sure why I have this out. Right. What switch are we going to need to make? What switch are we going to need to make? I'm glad you laughed at that, Chris. Yay, Chris is laughing. Dion has accomplished what he needs to. I'll be here all week. Thank you, my friends. Goodbye. All right, encore. Told you I'm in a really weird. This is how I act when no one is around. Kind of, actually. This is how I am. Kind of. I sing and I click and I do a lot of stemming. If I hear, like sometimes my wife plays a game and I'll have these sounds and I'll repeat them. I just repeat them over and over. And she thinks what I'm saying is to turn it down. I'm like, no, I'm just stemming. I can't help it. I can't help it. All right. So why am I? Let's just go to working with others, right? Isn't that right? So what really is the art? I'm going to close it for now. What really is the art of meeting others where they're at? Well, this has to do. We were talking about some qualifications. You need to get rid of your sympathy. Sympathy does no good with what we do. Empathy is what we need. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about the difference between empathy and sympathy. Sympathy means I'm going to cry with you. Now, you may say something that makes me cry, yeah. But what it's doing is it's reminding me of something that I went through. That's empathy. Right? Empathy is when I use my experience to understand where another person's coming from. It means, and this is where people get mad at me, that I meet others where they're at. This seems to bother other people. Well, why do you do that? You're not everything. No, I'm not. Okay, but I am a child of God and I have been chosen. And I've accepted that. Have you accepted the fact that you've been chosen yet? If not, you got to do that. Oh, I'm not chosen. I'm not. No, you're not. You're not some saint with wings or anything like that. But do you need to be? I don't want to be a saint. That sounds like a lot of fucking work. Right. But we're willing to do the work, aren't we? Aren't we? We're willing to do the work. So when we say the art of something, that means it's going to be practiced. It's going to be practiced. You want to know how I learned the drums? I practiced. You want to know how I know this book so well? I practiced a lot. I practice these principles in all of my affairs, not just that hour-long meeting that I go to every day. Nope. In all my affairs. Everything I do, AA's involved. With everything that I do, there's a step or a tradition involved, one way or another. It's who I am now. It's my makeup. Okay. And the more that I approached other people in the program and say, said, hey, do you need help? The better I got at meeting others where they were at. That's why I am a person, and I stopped saying, I kind of stopped saying this at meetings, because I had somebody say, the reason I didn't ask you to be my sponsor was because you said it in a meeting, I picked my own sponsees. I gotta write a quick note here. But that's usually what I do. Now I will not say, well, I'm not gonna, you know. Now that doesn't mean that I won't help, right? Doesn't mean that I won't help. So let's kind of get back to that sympathy, empathy thing again. So empathy is more the art of it's more understanding. Oh, you went through that? You know, I went through something similar, right? Like it's funny, we were just talking about, I was just talking about with a friend, because they were there and somebody said, well, you won't say that to my face. I'm like, oh, fuck, I won't. I was talking to this other person. I'm like, I told Simon Cowell to fuck off to his face. So, and she's like, I've told billionaire, you know, and see how we're alike. Because to us, alcoholism is the great equalizer. See, in AA, it doesn't matter how popular you are. It doesn't matter how much money you make. It does not, we don't give a fuck about your material well-being. Well, we don't care about your material crap. Okay, we do care about your material well-being. Sorry. Okay. But no, when you walk into AA, you're just like everybody else. You're not any different than that Skid Row bum sitting in the corner who's been sober 30 years, and you'd never know. You'd never know unless he told you or she told you. You would never know. You would think, wow, that person probably had a great life and did this and did that. No. All right. Now you're probably thinking, Dion, there's probably qualifications to this. You already did them. You're qualified. You're an alcoholic. There's your qualification. The moment, and that's why it's important that an alcoholic name themselves an alcoholic. Beyond that, it's name calling, because once that hits, now we can do something. And acceptance is the answer to all my problems. All of them. It is the starting point of everything that I do. So what are we trying to do with the art of meeting others where they're at? What's the biggest misnomer? What's the biggest denial? I'm not hurting anybody. That's the biggest one. And this goes back to getting sober for any reason that you want. This is why, see, it's very important. It's so, I can't say how important it is, but it's very, okay, that you can get sober for any reason. And here it is. And that's why, right there. See, in order to get an alcoholic sober, it's got to have depth and weight. You're killing yourself. I know. Can you hand me a beer? See how nonchalant. And you all know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly. If you're an alcoholic, you know what I'm talking about. You give a fuck about whether you died or not. I should rephrase that, because then I'm speaking for everybody. That's not cool. Okay. I make mistakes here all the time, just so you know. Somebody finally caught it. My sponsor finally caught it. He's like, do you know that your lives are just one big fifth step? I'm like, no. Yes, I do. I fuck up on purpose. Not on purpose. I'm just being me. I'm just being me. Bet I'm gonna call, I swear. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Ben called. I'm like, I'm not right now. I'll call you back. So you're like, fuck, I'm gonna get on and join the foray, man. Good to have you, man. Ben's a cool dude. I've known Ben for 3 years now, man. 2-3 years. You know, just another dude like me in Michigan. You know, trying to make the best of life and doing what we can. You know, make the world a little bit better every day. Isn't that what we're trying to do? You know, I tell you something, Instagram, you're failing. Nobody showed up. But they're saying I'm a rising star, so, I don't buy any of that. People are like, oh, you're a rising star. I'm like, I don't care. I don't hand out badges in my groups. I don't do any of that. No. I give credit. I'll give you credit for your time. Do that. I will do that. Okay. What else is that? So right. So we have that being sober, meeting people where they're at, depth and weight. I'm not hurting anybody. I used to think that too. In fact, at one point, I decided that I was going to move out to California and drink myself to death. When I was 35, I made that decision. No, actually, I think I was 36, 37. This is a true story. I decided to move out to Colorado or California because my thought process was I couldn't hurt anybody. Boy, was I wrong. I found out that doesn't matter how far away I go, my mommy is still worried about me. Oh, is my mom worried about me? Well, I don't know. You're in detox. You're talking to me, and I'm kind of the last house on the block, dude. Did you know that? I tell my sponsees that I'm the last house on the block because I am. If you've gotten to me, man, you're real fucked up. Okay. Hey? And this kind of bears repeating that you might be working with somebody and it's not fitting. Then bring it up. Then be the person to bring it up, man. I don't feel like I'm doing what I need to for you. Am I? Not really. Okay, let's find you somebody that can. Because I'm rougher. Okay. If you're timid, it's not gonna. I'll do everything that I can, but like I said, I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I'm a little bit rougher. Okay, but I came from a very rough life. A very rough life, man. So I don't know much more than that. So I had to be a little bit more open-minded. Hey, not it, because I'm going to tell you how I was taught to get people sober. Okay. Because what I used to deal with when I first got into the program were hopeless, helpless, chronic, homeless alcoholics. And they are a different breed. They're a different breed. And the saying goes, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. But you can shove his fucking head in there and make him wish he did. Depth and weight. Depth and weight. Do not understand how dangerous you are. Well, I don't care if I kill myself. Okay, great. But what about the people you might kill because you keep getting in a car? How would you feel if you killed somebody's little girl? Tell me, how would you feel? Ask these questions. These are hard questions. If you cannot get through to them, then ask them that. And if you're not comfortable with it, that's okay. I get it. But ask God for the right words then before you get started. Did you pray first? That's usually where I go wrong. I didn't pray first. Sober Secret 13 Instagram. Yeah, we got someone. Good to have you. Good to have you. I've been on for 25 minutes, but all right. So let's kind of repeat and do a little bit of repeating here. Let's say you've got 30 days of sobriety, right? You probably have a better chance of getting through to the newcomer than me. Oh, but you have more experience. Do I? Do I? I may be a little bit older. I may have a little bit more time in the program, but really, do I? See, that person may not believe that I have 8 years of sobriety, but they'll believe that you have 30 days. That's where my experience comes in. That's what I know. And the meetings are about the newcomer. The meetings are always about the newcomer. If the meeting's not about the newcomer, I don't want to say it's not a meeting because it's still a meeting, right? I'm just saying be careful, man. If you got a lot of newcomers in there, Switch your 10th step topic to step 1, man. Right? If you have decided that, and I'm going to kind of, there's unsaid rules in AA. Well, not really. This is not an unsaid rule. If you are chairing a meeting, you have got to follow the rules of the group conscious of that meeting, or don't chair. Okay, if you can't follow the rules, because I'm going to tell you something. You know what line I very much dislike? Is there anybody here willing to sponsor? I don't like the line. Okay. Now, if I go somewhere and I chair somebody else's meeting and it's in there, I'm going to say it. I was not at the group conscious. They made a decision and I'm to follow the rules, whether I think so or not. If it is a newcomer meeting, I'm not going to change the topic. I'm going to stick to a newcomer thing. See? These are unsaid rules. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. So if you have a newcomer in your meeting and nobody is approaching that person after the meeting, we have failed. As a group, we have failed. Okay? Zoom people, show up early and stay late, for God's sake. Quit showing up 2-3 minutes after and leaving right as soon as it's done. Pew, I'm gone. Okay? Stick around. The camaraderie and the fellowship happens after the meeting. It happens after the meeting. It happens before the meeting. It isn't during the meeting. That's when we're discussing our experience, strength, and hope. We're talking about we're people with problems, and we're also people whose forgetters work extremely well. So we go to meetings every day to be reminded why we're doing what we're doing. I need it. I do. I need it. Sometimes I forget and I'm going, oh, there's alcohol. Oh shit, we're done. Because I don't have a mental defense against the first drink, and I never will. That will never ever happen. That'll never ever happen. All right. No, Ben, if I call you, you answer. Just let me know when you're done with dinner. Just send me a text. Let me know. I'm done with dinner. How about that? We'll go with that. Eat fast because I'm wrapping up my day, dude. But I know you need to talk. So, all right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I always appreciate it. And I appreciate it because I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea. So it's nice to know that some people are okay with this cup of tea, you know? I do try and have fun here, but at the same time, we got to have hard conversations. Okay? It's okay to have hard conversations as long as we're getting to a solution. Because we're now solution-based people, are we not? Yes, we are. We are solution-based. Okay? So if you feel down, I want you to know something. In my eyes, you're a walking, talking miracle. And I find you fucking amazing. I'm not kidding. I love you. And there's not anything you can do about it. I still have from my friend Mark. He said it to me like a year ago. I keep saying it now. Stolen. All right. Thank you. I love you. Peace out. And